Hello and welcome to the third episode in the beginner piano lesson series. Okay, now we're going to be starting. This will be using a lot of the 5-finger pattern where your thumb is on C and you go, that type of thing. So, that's a good thing to practice. And we're going to be starting learning about legato. And legato means smooth and connected with zero break in the sound. To play legato, one finger goes down as the other finger comes up. So, that's what it's supposed to sound like. The opposite of that is staccato, and that sounds like this. And when you're doing legato, there's usually a slur, and there's a picture of it. It shows that there's the notes, and there's a line connecting them underneath. And this song, Chant of the Monks, a monk is singing this piece and would take a breath at the end of each slur. And as you play this piece, let the music breathe by lifting your wrist at the end of each slur. So it's kind of like you're breathing at the end of each thing, so I'll show you. You just lift your hand slightly, but once you get to the skill level where you're going to be singing with this, it'll be apparent where you're gonna breathe, so it'll be easy to tell where you need to lift your hand. Okay, this time I'm going to play it for you, and then I will show you a few more things. It starts out at a fortissimo, and then it goes to a piano for the second half of the song. In this song, Chant of the Monk, this is one monk, and this is just using the right hand. And that was just alone without the singing, but I just wanted you to feel how it's supposed to sound, where it's got a lot of this 5-finger pattern. If you can master that, then this song will be super not too difficult. Now I'm going to play it full tempo at the full dynamic while singing it. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Okay, sorry. On the third and fourth measure I messed up, but that's not important. What's important is the notes and the song. You're supposed to play it not like lightly playing, like light wrist. And that is Chant of the Monk. If you need some time, you can pause, practice this. This is the easier one. The next one is Chant of the Monks, and that is using both of your hands in the 5-finger pattern, but it's the same right hand thing. So if you already mastered Chant of the Monk, your right hand should be mastered, but the left hand, and on the other hand, you got the C here, you go down to this one, and then you got the same pattern, same exact thing. But I would suggest starting, and if you haven't, doing the rhythm, figuring out the rhythm, and figuring out the notes, and then playing it hands separately, like this. and that's the left hand. And then what I would suggest doing is counting the rhythm, each hand separately, counting the rhythm, saying the note names, and then saying the fingerings, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay? So I'm going to demonstrate with the left hand again with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just one of many ways you can practice the hands together. And then once you feel comfortable, play it really slowly, hands together. For a demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate Chant of the Monks while singing, both hands together. And then after that, I will play the Tshirt Duet, where I play a part, and then you play the Chant of the Monks part, and then I'm playing a different, like, accompaniment part. But with the Tshirt Duet, you take where you're playing here, and you go up. So your left hand is going to be where your right hand starts, and then your right hand is going to be an octave higher, 8 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's where you are. So the way to figure it out is you figure out where your notes are here, and then you go up 8 on both hands, and that's where your new starting position is. But that's only when you're doing the duet with me. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate it for you. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Okay, and don't forget, forte in the first portion, and then the second portion is pianissimo, or sorry, not pianissimo, it's piano, my mistake, but it's the P. The P means piano, and the F means forte, and forte means loud, and piano means soft, if you didn't already know that. Okay, so now I'm going to do a Tshirt Duet, and you're going to be playing up here, with left hand, right hand, and I'm going to be playing down here, in this range. So you just play along with me once you're ready. Don't be shy. You can practice it, and once you can play it perfectly while singing it, then you're ready to do the duet. So here we go with the duet. And that is the Tshirt Duet, but I would suggest only using that, or only playing along with the Tshirt Duet once you feel comfortable playing it hands together and playing it while singing it. And for these lessons, I'm suggesting minimum, as a beginner, minimum of 15-20 minutes a day, hopefully. Or if you can't do it every day and you don't have time for 20 minutes a day, then you can do, I'd say, 2 hours, hopefully 2 hours of practice. That's not a whole lot. As a beginner, you need a lot of practice to really get these in your memory, the notes, get the notes in your memory, the rhythm, how the rhythms go, and how to do your patterns. That takes a long time to get those really ingrained in your brain, so it takes a long time. You're going to need some more time. Okay, now we're going to be going on to the song Planetarium, and this uses a bass clef G. Bass clef G. That's the bass clef G. And bass clef F is a guide note. So you take your finger on this, take your pinky, put it on this C, or the way to find that, if you didn't already know, is put your C here, 1, 2, and then you count down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and then put your thumb there, and then you go up and you put your middle finger on this F, and that's where you're going to need for your left hand. And for your right hand, you put your thumb on C. So the notes you're going to be using, most of them are going to be, and then, so I'm going to demonstrate it, but you're using the new G space note. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you. This song uses the pedal, and it starts out with a piano, because if you see, the first chunk is 4 measures. It's got the double dots. I got 2 dots on the treble clef and 2 dots on the bass clef at the beginning and the end. That means it's repeated. So you play it twice through, and then you go on to 5, measure 5. So I'll just demonstrate it fully for you, so you can get a feeling of what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, so you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was Planetarium. The difficult part comes in the 1, 2, 3, 4th measure. Well, it's the 3rd measure going into the 4th measure, because it goes. And you've done that, the other 2 measures, but then it goes from that D to, and it skips from this finger to the pinky, so it goes. And I would suggest practicing that. Try doing it like this. And another part that might be kind of difficult is when you go from, because you got, in the 5th measure you go 2, 3, 4, 1, and then it goes to a C. But then it's also got the, maybe a little bit difficult, where you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's the thing we learned last lesson, the 1 and 5, C and G. But you got to remember, keep your sustain pedal down. And if you don't already know, the way to know if it's a sustain pedal is you put your pedal down. If you put your pedal down and the notes are longer than normal, like that's the sustain pedal. If you play the notes and then you put the pedal down and then you play notes and it's like longer than they were without the pedal, then that's the sustain pedal, and that's what you're gonna be doing. But another thing with this song is you want to remember that the first 4 measures are repeated, so you play them twice through, and then you go on to the 5th measure and to the rest of the song. Okay, now on to Minuet. A minuet is a stately dance in 3/4 time, popular in the 1700s. George Washington danced the minuet. Okay, this song can be a little confusing because this song, you're going to be learning a new type of rhythmic note. Because so far, you know, quarter notes half notes, and whole notes. That's all you know. But now we're going to be getting into a dotted half note. The half note is the circle with the line stem, and a dotted half note is a circle with a line stem, but it's got a dot on the back side of it. There is one in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the 8th measure, in the measure that says repeat from measure 1, that's a dotted half note, and that gets 3 beats. What the dot does, adding a dot to a note takes whatever the note is, cuts that in half, and adds it to the entire value. That might be confusing, but if say you have a quarter note with a dot, that's equal to 2 beats, it's equal to 1.5 beats, because a quarter note is 1 beat, and if you cut a quarter note in half, that's half a beat. You take that half a beat and you add it to a full quarter note, and that's a dotted quarter note, and that's equal to 1.5 beats. So that's what the same type of thing is happening with all dotted notes, especially the dotted half note. Okay, we'll be starting with the right hand on the, you put your third finger on the E, and you put your third finger on the G. So I'm going to demonstrate the song for you. This is Minuet, and this is supposed to be played moderately slow, and this one does not use the pedal at all. Repeat to the beginning. Then it's got the repeat. And in measure 9, this song is kind of confusing because it's got 2 sections to repeat. The first section repeats back to the beginning and then goes through, and then the second section repeats. So it's got, basically the song is 2 sections, and each section repeats. But in the 9th measure, it's got the C and G chord. So you hold that for 2 beats, and then you play the G in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that also repeats, that also happens at the end too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be probably one of the harder parts of this thing. And also where it goes at the beginning, it goes. Practice that, and also the part where it goes that's going to be kind of difficult, and this song is going to be nice for you to learn because this is not too difficult, and it uses repeat signs, which are going to be important in the future. But I would suggest pausing the video, learning it hands separately with rhythm, dynamics, and note names, and then add the hands together, doing rhythm, dynamics, notes, and then when you can play it perfectly, you can start up the video again. Okay, now we're on to Russian folk song. In this one, you'll be learning the B and the A in the left hand. I'll just do a demonstration of the A. That's what the A sounds like, and the B is. That's the B. That's the B. And the A and the B are played back and forth several times. And you use first finger for the B, second finger for the A. And this song has some new things. It has it starts on 1 in the right hand, but instead of using the G chord, which is the only chord we know so far, it uses a different chord where it's first finger and the third finger with the C, and then you go take the C, play that C, and then go up 2 notes, and then play the third finger. That's the chord. So I'm going to demonstrate this song for you, but you're playing second finger on A, this note, and then 1 and 3 on C and E together. So it's like this. I'll just demonstrate this for you. And that is the Russian folk song. This is a traditional Russian song, and isn't too bad. We have and just the hard parts are going to be learning the. This is going to be the hardest part. 3. If you just practice it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like the other songs, you're going to be doing legato, so you're not, it's like soft and legato, but it starts out forte, and then it goes to piano in the 10th measure. The 10th measure is where it has the big box that says 10. Okay, now on to our last song, which is Midnight Rider, and this one has some pretty good accents, which is, an accent is basically a type of thing that makes the song sound punchy and gives it feeling and emotion. And this song is supposed to be played fast and urgent, but when you're learning it, don't play it fast and urgent, because then you're going to have a higher chance of messing it up. And this one is in 3/4, so it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that is the same time signature as the Minuet. So this one I'm also going to be played legato, not very bouncy. Because you think of stuff that's not legato as bouncy, and this is legato. So I'm going to play this for you. Your thumb is in the left hand is going to be on C, and then your index finger in the right hand is going to be on the E. This one out, index finger. I'm going to demonstrate it for you at a fast and urgent tempo, but not too fast. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this song, when I was learning it, it was one of my favorite ones in this book. Still to this day, it's probably one of my favorites in this book. But it's if you want to learn like the pattern of it, it's so you put your thumb on C in the left hand, and you go thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Just rolling, kind of like rolling it, like da 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 da. Not really picking up the fingers, not like it's like just rolling your fingers across. Yeah, and this one is a really good one. I would suggest that you play it hands separately, and then once you can do that, obviously, you can put them hands together, and you can play it with playing it together, but you're playing it together while counting rhythm, while doing your dynamics, and also play it a couple of times while you're saying the note names like C, B, this is the first three notes, C, B, A, C, B, A, C, B, A. You're just doing that so then you can learn the notes. Because if you're not doing that, then you are just playing the pattern. Just playing different patterns. You're not actually learning the notes. Because if you know the notes, then you can learn, you'll know sheet music, and then you'll be able to have someone, if you get good enough, you'll be able to have someone just like, hey, can you play this song? They'll give you the sheet music, and then you can play it. So, and you'll know all the notes. And that is the end of this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, comment, and like the video for more videos like this. Don't forget, at least 2 hours of practice a week. Thanks for watching. Bye.